Hey everybody, it's Karen from Waterfall Acrylics. Happy Friday, happy weekend, yay! Before I get started, I'm really bummed out that my last video, apparently because I had the audacity, how dare I try to listen to music while I paint in film. I was listening to some country music that apparently YouTube picked up on and deemed it a copyright violation and won't play the video outside of the United States. So I'm really, really sorry about that. I had no idea. I will paint in silence when I film from now on. I will amend my ways and maybe sing to myself, and trust me, you guys won't like that. Anyway, I also can't even show you that pour yet because it's still very wet. The kaleidoscope painting, it's actually sitting on the floor next to the bed, curing. So maybe next time I'll show you two paintings because I'm painting on a Friday night, so I'm going to take the weekend off, go see a show, etc., etc. Go see Kinky Boots on Broadway, have some fun. So I don't think I'll be painting this weekend. Let me get down to the canvas. Back a little. So selfie stick is in my Lazy Susan little carrier again. And since it should work out tonight because this is just a 12 by 16 canvas, it's an Ampersand smooth pre-gessoed cradled hardwood, and I'm in love with it. It's so smooth and silky and just fabulous. I returned something from Amazon and splurged for it. So that's what I'm going to paint on tonight. And because it is so smooth, I'm not going to put down the white, even though it is wood. I don't have that toothy, rough texture. So my paint should slide pretty well. Colors, so enamored with the Kaleidoscope Pour. It's basically almost the same color palette. So I only had a little bit left of my Academy red. Was it Academy? No, it was Winsor & Newton. What was it? The Winsor & Newton Cadmium Deep Red from last night. There's only that half a tube, and this is expensive stuff, so I'm kind of hoarding it. And so I'm substituting, and it's not as good, it's not as deep as the Brilliant Red by Artist Loft, but it's happy enough, so I'm going to go with it. Got my bright aqua green from Liquitex. I am still killing off the last of the blue green from Blix from I think 2 pours ago. Still a little bit left. What else do I have? I have Azurite Hue by Golden, a semi-opaque color. That's this one here in the middle. I don't know if I need it because it's awfully close to my turquoise deep, the Liquitex Heavy Body, which is this guy. They're kind of similar. Obviously this one doesn't have the green tint to it, but if I use it, it'll be just for one layer. And then I really wanted to add yellow this time because it's happy, and I'm in love with this yellow medium Azo, the Liquitex Soft Body. I hate the container. You can't get a damn thing out of it. You're like so hard to scrape paint out of it. So boo on the packaging. Boo, I say boo. Anyway, I only had a tiny bit left, and I needed a little bit more, so what I did was I took my Naples yellow and added a healthy dollop to it, and then took a little bit of my yellow orange Azo, the color I don't like, and mixed them all together, and it came out pretty close to my medium yellow, my bright happy yellow. It doesn't have the orange tinge, and it's not as pale as the Naples, so we'll give this a go tonight and add that in. And then of course a big old cup of tea white. So with that said, let me put those away. Get started. A smaller canvas, it shouldn't take me long to mix. And I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do 2 cups and pour, or maybe 3, and pour the white around them. So that's the plan, Stan. I have these interesting, these are 9 ounce. This is 9 ounce. This cup is 9 ounce. 9 ounce. And it's taller with a really skinny bottom. I don't know how I feel about it. I like that it's smooth. A lot of people like the ridges on their cups because it comes in handy for measuring. I don't like them at all. I prefer a smooth cup. That's probably because I don't measure and I eyeball everything. But those, I feel like the ridges cling. The paint clings to it and it's wasting paint, and I don't know, they just bug me. So personal preference. Nobody, those in the US that could see the last video, nobody commented on the sound, so I'm assuming everyone can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I hope so. Gonna shut up and layer these cups real quick. I have 2 drops of silicone in all the colors except the white. The pouring medium recipe is very similar to last night too. So I used a half a cup of Floetrol, a 1/4 cup of Elmer's Glue Wall, and a 1/4 cup of GAC 800. So, and that 1 cup of homemade pouring medium was enough to mix all of these cups. With this exception of this one because it was already mixed, but it did the 4 colors plus the white, so with 1 cup, and that was a big cup of white too. And I actually used the homemade pouring medium instead of my usual just Floetrol in the white. Yeah, I feel like this blue is a little too dark for this, for what I want. So I'm just going to do this 1 layer with it and put it aside, save it for something else. I am definitely on the white kick in my paintings lately. And it dawned on me tonight when I was looking at all the paint in my cart, my art cart, that I haven't touched purple in months. Like I've been boycotting purple for some reason. No idea why, but now I have it in my head to do a purple painting, but I think I want it to be just purple, like different shades of purple. Maybe a little Payne's gray if I have to, but kind of just do I think it'd be kind of interesting to do a monochromatic pour. So that's kind of what I have in my head right now to do. That, and I do want to do another ombre pour, and I still want to throw paint at the canvas. So too many ideas and not enough time. So, all right. So I might have to mix up another batch of white. I keep underestimating how much I need. just gonna do one good layer with this color. I don't want this, deep turquoise always tends to be a fairly dominant color in paintings. So I'm gonna try not to let it be. Just have it be. And I'm gonna sandwich it between the white. Say, calm down and just relax. Oh, I didn't add orange tonight. I substituted the yellow for the orange. That was the other difference. And I was going to use all these same exact colors. That's always like asking for trouble, I find. If I did that, you know it's not going to come out the same anyway. And you know that going in. But even if you try to match the color palette, so I was like, why bother? All right. What did I do after the yellow? This green. Will kill it off. Gosh, and this is like 2 paintings I've used the same cup, the same colors. Like they never, the bottomless cup of paint. Wouldn't that be nice? Yep, I'm gonna have to make another batch of white. Just have to pour it around my cups. I wanted to do. Sorry about that. Just pause it or fast forward or whatever you gotta do. While I do this real quick. Should do the trick. So tomorrow's Saturday, which means Saturday morning means a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel. And we have been on a quest to find New York's best bagel shop. I mean, they're all pretty great, and after a while, the good ones all kind of blur together. But need a cup of water. There's one It's in the Garment District down off of 7th Avenue. And it's called Best Bagel. And I've told my friends this theory. But in New York, if you're going to call yourself the best of something, New Yorkers are tough, man. They won't let you live that down. You better earn that title, or put up or shut up. So we went there. We've been there a couple times now, and it is this hole in the wall, little tiny shop. I mean, it's no wider. It's maybe twice the size of my what is this? Like a 4 foot. This is my 4 foot table. It's about maybe 10 feet wide. No, it's probably going to be like more like 15 for the counter. But the part where the people go is no more than 10 feet. And the first time we went, there was a line a block long. And it was like on a Saturday morning at 8 a.m. So these weren't the tourists too, because it's on like a little side street in a non-touristy kind of area. And you just stood in single file. They only had 4 tables. And you went up and ordered, you walked up, ordered, walked down. It was very much like the soup shop in Seinfeld, like the soup Nazi guy. Very similar. But man, whatever they do to their bagels, they make them on the spot. And they must have 30 different kinds of smears. I don't like smears, but I guess a lot of people do, because people were going gaga. So that is truly the best bagel shop. And there's a place off of Broadway, down by Lincoln Center, called Best Pizza. So we had to go get a slice of their pizza, and it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it was the best pizza I ever had. So I was a little dubious on that one. But again, they had a line out the door, and their slices were humongous. I mean, for $2.50, you basically got half a pizza. It was ridiculous. So we've been going around finding all the cheap eats places. We ate at Chipotle last night, and even the Chipotle was about 10 times better than any other Chipotle we've ever eaten at. It's really interesting. All right, ready to go. Gloves. I'm starting to turn into a native too, at least for my neighborhood, because whenever I catch a cab somewhere, if a cabbie decides to go down like Central Park West instead of Columbus Avenue, or get on Broadway or something, I yell at them. Well, not yell, I'm like, hey, why are you going this way? Make a left on 67th. And it's really funny, because if they think if you're a tourist, they're just gonna take you whatever way they wanna go. But when they know you're a local, they listen. Like, they're like, aye, aye, Captain, I'll go that way. It's really kind of funny. Or they'll let you know, like, hey, I'm going to turn down 65th instead of 67th because, there's construction. I'm like, that's cool. And in New York, if you come for a visit, excuse me, Uber has gone downhill in the city because of the whole Uber X and Uber Share. So unless you're willing to share a ride with somebody, you're better off taking a cab, because sharing a ride just adds at least 20 minutes to your ride. And to get it to be the same price as a cab, that's what you have to do, because UberX is like double or triple the price. So it's kind of a shame. Bye-bye, Uber. All right. Let's take no big thick lines, just a little here. That's kind of fun. Let's do this. Make crazy eights. That was fun. All right. And my nose is all stuffy. I think I'm catching a summer cold or something. In my video last night, I talked about the differences from doing a flip and drag. Is this empty? No, I need an empty cup for this one. Where when I do this method and like drag the colors out of the cup or help them rush out, it leaves that nice background, but the colors aren't, I mean, they're still pretty bright, but they're not as bright as like this when it's just falling out of the cup. So I had said I would not do that, and tonight just lift up, even though I don't like doing that because I hate that ring. So maybe I can just kind of lay it over without getting that ring, or let it pour out like that. Keep some in my cup. Keep some in my cup. Ooh, there's my yellow though, like that. Let it float around. Let's see what I got. Okay, I was gonna say. I wish I had more red. can't just take red and add it for my cup because this red is like mixed in with the colors. It's already a little more subdued, and this is just like way too bright. I can't do that. I just wish I had some more red. Although I do love the red one cell right there. That's like, I'm gonna stand out. Look at me, everybody. Try not to lose them too. thank God for saving paint in the cups. I tell you what, it saves my butt more times than not by doing that. It really does. I kind of like this one little psychedelic corner here. Alright, I can dork with the sides later. I just want to take like a bit of dark green, even if it's just like a dab. Where's my palette knife? What's this? What is this goodie on this side? Give me this. Oh no, I want it to match. So I wanted this to match, kind of, sort of. Nah, not really. I can pour that off. This side's covered. This side needs. Excavator. Well, at least this will match the sides. Alright, what do your sides look like? I wish you guys could just yell out. You need more paint over here. Alright. I gotta do something about that. Even if it means pouring something off. Or just a little bit off. So I'm gonna go this way. Ooh. Oh, I'm losing some good cells right there. Go back. Go back, go back, go back. That's kind of groovy. Do I want to torch it? I got some big old cells. Bullseye. Lots of bullseyes. I love the baby bullseyes. Bullseyes? Is that a word? Yeah, I guess it is. Can't see what's going on your side. Look at that in a minute. Love these cells here. Love those. Kind of an interesting composition. I feel bad that I had to pour off my white pattern down here, though. I would have liked to have that go. And I have absolutely no white to, like, you know, go through it or anything. So I'm gonna leave it. Torch, where are you? Oops. some bubbles up high. Let's turn this up. Do I want cells anywhere? I mean, this has a ton. Go right on here, maybe. Do my usual chicken, do the edges, see what happens. Kind of like it. There's you guys know who of course you do, you know who Gustav Klimt is? He's the famous Kiss painting and a bunch of others, and he has a couple paintings that just have little tiny dots with like golden red flecks all through them. That's what this little part here reminds me of. Now I am nowhere near a Gustav Klimt. I'm just saying that's what it reminds me of. And I will try to get a macro shot of that, because there's all of these little baby cells that are perfect, that have like a color within a color within a color within a color. Like there's one, where'd it go? Right here that's like yellow and then blue and then white and then yellow and then red. All in one little teeny tiny baby cell. Now the trick is to get it to do that, you know, big, like this guy or something, but I'll take it. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm gonna go off camera. I'll dork around. Let me see if I can see the side, your side. It's missing a spot right there I can get, and on the other side. So basically my corners, and I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. I'm calling it done. I'm afraid if I tilt anymore, it'll just lose its way. So that's it. I'm gonna take a few days off, go dork around the city, see some friends. Where am I? Let me zoom in. Thanks for watching and for all the support. Really appreciate it. Let me zoom in. Please don't fall off the selfie stick. Let me get it. How's the glare tonight? There, I see it right there. So I'm gonna hold it kind of at an angle because it takes the glare away. Might have a little shadow from me. But I can come down. Or maybe go this way. Maybe this way. Is it worth me zooming in? You guys tell me. I don't know. Because I can't really see. But here's all the little itty bitty baby cells everywhere. And then the big ones. And then my favorite thing of all is this cell up here with the red one. And then there's this other one that's green with the red ring around it, which is really cool. There should be. I'll take some pictures. You guys take care. Ciao.